Hi, this is Brian Atkins, CEO of Dennison Consulting. And like many of you, I've been watching the news and paying attention during this COVID-19 pandemic. And today I was paying attention, watching some of the news coverage, and there were two things that got my attention. The first was a story about all the creativity and innovation that we're seeing play out every day. That combination of universities, public sector, private sector, both independently and collaboratively trying to find new research, new ways of testing, of treating, looking towards an eventual cure. And also creativity in the way that people are retooling existing products, whether that be the ventilators that are so desperately needed, the mask and other kinds of protective equipment. So a lot of emphasis and a reminder that in many respects, necessity is the mother of invention. About an hour later, I was watching another segment on the news, and what got my attention there was the use of the word consistency. In this context, they were talking about a well-coordinated supply chain to be able to get things where they need to be when they need to be there. They were talking about the need for consistent, efficient, and accurate tests, whether those be for the antibodies, for treatments, or again, the development of an eventual cure, and what it's going to take for the mass delivery and execution of those so that we can all start to enter back into the world we knew before, feeling safe and somewhat secure. And those two segments, though they were separate, reminded me of some of the work that we do at Dennison. We use the Dennison model as a lens through which we look at much of the work that we do. And one of the things we often talk about is this kind of dynamic tension that exists between adaptability and consistency in organizations. And that what we know is that the higher performing organizations are the ones who most effectively manage those dynamic tensions. And it was just a reminder to me that in our collective life today, but also in our organizations day in, day out, we're trying to find those innovations. We're trying to implement changes. We're trying to adapt to what we see going on in the environment around us. But to truly benefit from those innovations, we need that consistency. We need some level of coordination. We need some processes in place so that we can fully realize the benefits of those innovations. So I would encourage you, as your organization is working through these times and trying to find those creative ways to respond to the current crisis, that you're also thinking about how do we implement the creative ideas that people are bringing forth, and how do we embed those in our organizations so that we benefit from them, not just today, but in future changes that we might experience. So please continue to be safe out there and think about how well your organization is managing those dynamic tensions today.